Hi guys, so it is day 3 of my fast, and it's been about 64 hours since I have had anything to eat. So today's my day off. I slept in today. I just took a really nice soothing shower and got dressed, and I am ready to leave this house because since I work from home, I'm always in this house. So how am I feeling today? I feel a little weak, but that's it. When I woke up this morning, I think I felt slightly dizzy, and so once I drank some water, so I started off the day drinking some warm water with some Himalayan sea salt in it, and so I sipped on that for a while. I laid in bed for a while and read, Facebook posts and things from the group. And then I got up again and I started drinking some water, and I feel pretty good. Still, like I said, slightly tired, but not bad at all. I don't feel dizzy or anything like that. I feel perfectly safe to drive, even though the places that I'm going are pretty close to home, so I'm not venturing too far out. I had said yesterday that I might go clothes shopping today. That just depends on how I feel. I don't want to exert myself, but I do want to, get some steps in, get out of the house, and try to make this day go by faster. I feel very similar to how I felt yesterday, actually. So I'm a little disappointed because I thought that this was the day that I was going to feel the best. And I still kind of feel the same way I felt yesterday. So maybe it's going to take yet another day before I feel really good. I don't know. But I realized that one thing that I haven't talked to you guys about is a little bit. One of my biggest fears about fasting and intermittent fasting was that I thought that by not eating anything that you are destroying your metabolism, or that you're destroying your metabolism, just like if you eat very low calories for a long time, that decreases your metabolism. That is a fact. And so one of the reasons I was always afraid to try intermittent fasting, and then especially, this is a different thing, but still, I wouldn't do it if I thought that by doing this I was wrecking my metabolism. And sure enough, the studies show, I never would have thought there's a huge difference between eating small amounts of food and eating no food. Your body goes down 2 totally different pathways between not eating and eating small amounts of food. So eating small amounts of food decreases your metabolism, but not eating at all increases your metabolism. Crazy, it's crazy. And so that has been proven by human studies that is absolutely true. And not only that, you also tend to... Hi guys, so right now I am 95 hours into my fast. It is 6 p.m. on Wednesday and I am so upset because the last video that you watched was on Tuesday, and I've done 3 videos since then. And I just tried to upload everything from my camera and nothing is there. So I lost, okay, so I'm gonna have to go back. I hate it because the best part about recording as I was going was so that you can see exactly how I was feeling and I could talk in the moment, and now I'm gonna have to just go from my memory. So the last thing that I was telling you guys yesterday was I was heading out to run some errands. So that ended up not going quite as well as I wanted it to. It was a very hot day yesterday. It got up to 106 degrees. And the air conditioner is currently not working in my car. I just haven't had a chance to go get it fixed. And normally it doesn't bother me that much because I like the heat. But it seemed like yesterday I was extra sensitive to the heat. And so when I got to the store, like I didn't feel it while I was in my car, but when I got to the first store that I went to, which was TJ Maxx, it's actually the first time that I really shopped in TJ Maxx. I don't know, in over 10 years. So I walked into the store and I immediately started feeling lightheaded and dizzy and nauseous, and I think it was the heat. And so I was there to try on some clothes, but I was like, I can't try on any clothes because I do not feel well. So I just slowly walked around the store, glancing at things. So I came into TJ Maxx to look at some clothes, so I don't know why I'm in this aisle. It's kind of crazy, but I do see some tea here that I might order. Look at that. And eventually, after about 10 minutes, I did feel better. And I ended up buying some shoes and some underwear because all my underwear is too small. But anyway, so after I left there, then I went to At Home, which is a store I had not been to yet, and it's only a couple of miles from my house. I've never been in this store before, but it's a huge store, and I've always wanted to go in here, so I'm gonna go in here and get some steps and just leisurely walk around. I wanted to walk around a little bit and get my steps, help get my steps in for the day. So I went to that store, and while I was there, I started feeling nauseous and dizzy. And it's a huge store, so it's like when I started feeling really bad, I put back all the stuff that I was going to get, and I started walking towards the front of the store because I was just going to leave. But by the time I got to the front of the store, I actually felt better. And so then I ended up just turning around and going back and finishing my shopping. And so it's like, it seems like I keep having these moments where I don't feel very good, but it doesn't last for very long. And I ended up getting a lot of good buys there at the At Home store. First time I had ever been there. So when I came home, I recorded a video for you guys and I told you about all of that. And then I said that I was going to take a nap. So I did end up taking a nap. Okay guys, I am literally just about to turn out the lights, but I decided that I would go ahead and do a quick video to tell you how the rest of my day ended up going. So I did go and I took a nap. Well, after about 50 minutes or so, my Fitbit vibrated to try to tell me that it was time for me to get up and do my steps, because I have to do steps every hour. So I got up so that I could go to the bathroom, and I felt terrible. I felt so bad. I was hungry and I felt a little dizzy and nauseous. And I decided right then and there that I was going to stop because I just didn't feel very good. But I got back into the bed and then started looking at posts in my group. And I specifically searched for like 3-day, because there's like tons of posts. So I wanted to see what other people were saying about their third day. And I saw that actually, even though for a lot of people, the third day is a good day, for also a lot of people, the third day is a very bad day. And for everyone, the fourth day is a good day. So reading the post, and people were like, there were a lot of people who were saying that they feel the way that I felt. And then there were, experienced members of the group telling people, of course, listen to your body, but depending on what your symptoms are, just hang in there. And like, even as I was reading the posts, I was tired, but I didn't feel horrible. And I just was like, I'm going to go back to sleep and I will see how I feel when I wake up. So I slept for 2 more hours. And when I woke up, I felt so much better. And so I immediately just made myself a cup of hot water with some Himalayan sea salt in it. I only ended up drinking about 2 ounces of that, but then I was started to drink my electrolyte water, and I just felt so much better. I even felt good enough to walk around a little bit, walk around my house and get the rest of my steps in. And so now I feel good, and it's about 11 p.m. It's a little later than what I normally go to bed, but I will get to sleep in tomorrow. So 76 hours. Wow. I feel like I've worked hard enough. Tomorrow better be a good day like it's supposed to be. You know, if it's not, then I will end the fast, because I'm glad, or I will modify it. Like if it's not, I'll start adding in some bone broth, because I'm glad that I made it 72 hours. I mean, that was the bare minimum that I wanted to try to make it to. So I'm very glad that I have done that. And so if I feel really bad tomorrow, I'm going to start drinking bone broth. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good night. So cut to today. So yesterday was my day off. Today is Wednesday. I worked a half day today. So when I woke up this morning, I was really excited because this is supposed to be a fantastic day. And when I woke up, I did feel okay. I felt a little tired, a little bit of brain fog, kind of like how you might feel if you don't get enough sleep, which I didn't get enough sleep because I had a hard time falling asleep. I think it was partially because of the nap that I took, which is why I normally don't like to take naps. But this morning I got up, I walked the dogs, I worked my half day, then I did a yoga routine, and then I went and had an hour and a half deep tissue massage. So before I left for my massage, I was still feeling pretty good, no hunger pains whatsoever, just, sipped on my water, made it through work fine. During my massage, I started feeling hungry and my stomach growled just a little bit, but it stopped within about 10 minutes and then I was fine, except for I was feeling very dehydrated during my massage. So when the massage was over though, I felt great. I felt like normal, felt totally back to normal again. So I decided to go ahead and do some walking around because I get a massage at Massage Envy, and it's in an outdoor shopping mall. So I decided to walk around, go to a few stores. I wanted to try on some clothes, but I decided that was going to take too much energy. So I mostly was just walking around. And today, or at the time I was walking around, it was 111 degrees outside. But I was fine. So today was a better day in terms of that. So I walked around a little bit, and then I did some grocery shopping in order to prepare to break my fast, because it's very important to break your fast properly. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, what I'm going to do to break my fast. So anyway, I went grocery shopping, that was fine. So now I've been home for several hours, and like I said, I just noticed that none of the stuff that I have been talking about, and I probably rambled about some other things, I don't remember it now. But really, right before I got up to do this video, probably about an hour ago, I started feeling bad again, and I started feeling hungry. And it was the longest that I have felt hungry so far. I was hungry for like 30 minutes. And I just kept drinking water, because then I'm like, am I going to break my fast tonight? I'm an hour away from 4 days. So I guess if I was going to break my fast, I can wait till 7 and then break my fast and then say that I did a 4-day fast. But it's so close to bedtime. So I really think that I'm just going to keep drinking water. The other thing is, and I don't remember if I talked about this at all. I did have a difficult point. I forgot. I did have a difficult point this morning while I was working. Yeah. So while I was working, I just kept thinking about food. I wasn't hungry, but I really, really, really wanted to eat. And I was tired of not eating. And I was like, you know what? This is it. I am going to break this fast. I am going to go eat. Maybe I'm just going to have some coffee and some cream. Like, that's what I had decided. Yes, I'm going to have coffee and cream and then see how I feel. And I was going to do it, except for the fact that I wasn't sure that it would make me feel any better, because I realized that it wasn't my body that was really hungry, it was my mind. And probably just drinking some coffee with some cream, I would have broken my fast and I still would have mentally wanted food. And then I also reminded myself, why am I doing this? This is called fasting for a purpose. I have a purpose behind why I'm doing this fast. It's not just to lose weight. I'm doing it in memory of the people that I know who lost their life to cancer. And then also because I'm hoping that by doing this, it's going to help decrease my risk of getting cancer. And so when I started thinking about it that way, I was like, you know what? Your body is not in distress. It's just your mind that's in distress. You can keep going. So I did have that moment. It was like about 10 a.m. this morning when I was trying to get through work. And it wasn't hard to focus on work. It was just hard. My mind just kept thinking about food. So that's what made it hard to focus. But it wasn't because of not eating. It was because I couldn't stop these other thoughts from being in my mind. And so, yeah, now once again, now tonight, the hunger has gotten a little bit stronger now tonight. And I really, truly was thinking of breaking my fast, because I have all the stuff available now to properly break my fast, and I would do it the right way. But once again, I'm thinking about my reason. So like after I drink the water, I'm feeling fine right now. And, like I said, it's 6 o'clock. So, maybe I'll go to bed at like 9 and just sit here and sip water. And, oh, let me tell you the other thing. So I went on Facebook again, the Facebook group. And now people are saying, oh, well, it's day 5 that you're going to feel really great. And I'm like, okay, come on now. Because there's a lot of people who are complaining that they're not feeling very good today. And the thing is that all along the way, like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, people have been dropping out, or they've been modifying the fast by adding in bone broth or drinking coffee with cream or eating some vegetables. And so it's definitely not one of these things where everybody is doing it. Everyone is struggling in their own way, so definitely there are people who haven't made it the whole way, and then there are all the people who are struggling to still trying to make it, and then there are the annoying people who've felt really good since day 3, and they're euphoric, and they're like, oh, I'm going to go for 7 days or 10 days, or I don't know. So it is nice that there's different people in the group who are going through different experiences and they're talking about it. That's what does make this group a really nice group. So I think that I am done talking for tonight. I am pretty sure that I am not going to break my fast tonight, because it's like from some of the videos that I've watched, it looks like maximum autophagy is at the 3 to 4 days. So I'm like right at the 4 days, and if I can make it to the next day, even if I can just make it to the morning, that would be great. And so I'm gonna hold on. If the hunger comes back again, because I do want to listen to my body. And like I said, 30 minutes, that was the longest so far, because ordinarily the hunger just comes really quickly and then it fades, and quickly and then it fades. And this time it didn't fade as fast. So yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. I might do another video tonight if I break my fast. If not, then I will be reporting to you guys tomorrow. And this better have recorded. Hi guys, this is day 5. It's almost 7 a.m. and my fast started at 7 p.m. on Saturday. So that means that my fast ends today in 12 more hours. I can't believe it. And I'm pretty positive that I'm going to make it. So I just finished walking my dogs. And how do I feel? I feel pretty good. You know, I don't feel worse, but I don't quite feel as energized as some of these people claim that they're feeling. I don't know. I feel a little tired, but it feels more like, because once again, I didn't sleep very well. I kept waking up. And then around 5 a.m. or so, I felt like I was constipated. So let me talk about that. Yesterday, I felt slightly constipated. And so I forgot I was going to go to the store and get an enema because we're not supposed to really be taking anything by mouth. But this particular group advocates using coffee enemas. So I looked into that and I don't buy it. I don't agree with using coffee enemas at all. No, it's just, no, I don't. But I did think that, okay, you know what, this is a fast, it's kind of a detox for my whole entire body. I could see using a commercially prepared enema that is sterilized and contains mostly just sodium chloride in it, using that to flush out my system. And so I had totally forgotten to buy that yesterday because I didn't go to a drugstore or anything. And so so then I woke up. I couldn't sleep because I was feeling very constipated. And I was worried that maybe I wouldn't be able to pass anything because I'm not eating anything. But fortunately, I was able to have a bowel movement this morning, so I felt so much better when I did. Now this is going to sound really TMI, but I do have to say it just because I think it's interesting just to repeat some of the things that I've seen in this group. So a lot of people talk about releasing parasites and worms and things from their body during this fast. But I think it's usually with a longer fast and not the 5-day fast. And so when they do their enemas and they really clean themselves out, they talk about what they see. And a couple of people have even shown pictures, which is so gross. So because of that, I made sure that I didn't look at my stool at all. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. If anything came out, I don't want to know. I'm glad it came out, but I didn't look. I probably didn't need to say that, but just to give you some idea of the stuff that I'm reading and the things that I'm going through. So anyway, I last night was really hard. All evening, I kept thinking about quitting and thinking about quitting. When it became 7 p.m., so technically exactly 4 days into my fast, I thought, oh, you can quit now and it'll be okay because you made it 4 days. But I just kept thinking, you know what? You can just go to bed. And so I still didn't go to bed till 10 because I remembered some other stuff that I needed to do and that kept me busy. But yeah, I was so tempted to not once again. I mean, I kept getting hungry a little bit more frequently, but it still just kept going away. So it was still more my mind, like I really want to eat, I want to eat food. I'm not hungry. I just want to eat food. So, oh shoot. I stepped on the scale today. I was going to tell you what my results are, but I forgot to look at my starting weight. So that's going to have to wait for my update later on today. Right now, I need to get working. I'm starting a little late today, and this is going to be a full day of work. So wish me luck, and I will come back to you guys later on today. Hi guys, so I am back. It is just a few minutes after 6, so I'm done with work for today. And guess what? I ended up breaking my fast. I broke my water fast, but by some definitions, I am still fasting. So let me talk to you about that. So I started working, and after I had been working for about an hour, I started to feel really tired and lethargic, and I was hungry and I couldn't focus. And I was like, oh wow, there's no way I can make it through this day. I have a job where it's very monotonous, but I do have to concentrate. I was about to say concentrate very hard. Whatever, I need a lot of focus while I am working so that I don't make any mistakes. So I was like, no, I can't work like this. And I knew it was a very different feeling from what I'd had before. So like last night I had feelings that I wanted to quit, but that was because I was fantasizing about food and I just wanted to eat. Today while I was working, I just wanted to feel better. That was how I felt. And so to me that meant, okay, it's time to do something. So I decided that I was just going to have coffee with a tablespoon of cream in it. So that is breaking my water fast. But technically it is still a fat fast because technically, okay, so there's 2 reasons to do long fasting, extended fasting. Well, maybe there's 3 reasons. There's spiritual reasons and religious reasons to do it, okay. But then another reason is for autophagy. And so for autophagy, definitely to make sure you're in autophagy, 100% water, you know you're in autophagy. Now there are very limited studies that say, yes, caffeine or decaffeinated coffee, yes, coffee increases autophagy. So perhaps if you drink coffee, black coffee, you're still in autophagy. Then there's also some limited evidence maybe that as long as you're not eating protein, maybe you're also still in autophagy. Who knows? But the other reason to do an extended fast is for weight loss and for becoming more insulin sensitive and for regulating your glucose. And by doing all of those things, it does cause weight loss. And so by just drinking my coffee with just cream in it, technically I am still fasting for weight loss purposes. Even though that wasn't the original purpose of my fast, I kind of ended up doing a fat fast. So I failed to go 5 days of water fasting. However, I'm still consider myself fasting. So it was like at 109 hours was the point where I had that cup of coffee. Oh, my eyes are itching. So at 109 hours, I had that cup of coffee. And it took about an hour, and I immediately felt so much better. I felt back to normal again. I felt like myself. My head was clear, I had energy, it was fantastic. And it lasted for about 5 hours, actually. Then I started feeling a little hungry again. I started feeling a little not clear thinking. And so I decided, and I still had a long way to go. So I had another cup of coffee, but I had decaf coffee this time. So the first cup was caffeinated, the second cup was decaf. I had a cup of decaf coffee with another tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. That's it. And I had that at like 1. And that's all I've had today, and then lots of water. So yeah, I didn't quite make it, but I made 109 hours when previously the longest I had fasted is 20 hours. So I am still proud of that. And by some definitions, I'm still fasting. So anyway, so my fast officially ends at 7 p.m. tonight. It will be 120 hours. And so I'm going to be breaking my fast. So even though I technically already started breaking my fast, I'm still going to follow Dr. Daniel Pampa's instructions on how to break your fast. So let me take a look at this. So this is how to break a 5-day fast. Now people do say that the length of time that you're in the fast, you should spend about half that time breaking your fast. So this is his recommendation. So on day 1, if you weigh less, now I know most of you are weight loss surgery patients, so I'm not going to quite pay attention to these calorie recommendations, or maybe I'll even cut them in half, because I don't think they really apply to us exactly. But anyway, day 1, he says that if you weigh less than 200 pounds, you eat 500 to 800 calories. And if you weigh more than 200 pounds, you eat 800 to 1,000 calories. Well, on a normal day, I eat about 1,200 calories. So that's why I don't think that this really applies. Maybe I'm gonna go down to the lower window of 500 calories or something like that. So for the day 1 and day 2, you wanna do low protein, stay under 20 grams of protein is best. No meat, no raw veggies, no grains. So this is for day 1. You can have shakes, berries, olives, you can have oils, sweet potato, cooked veggies, yogurt, nut butters, avocado, small amounts of fermented veggies, fat coffee. If you can tolerate it. Some people can't tolerate fat coffee on their first day. Well, I did. I just had. Okay, so this is several days later, and I saw that the video cut out while I was talking about how to end the fast. So I think I had just talked about day 1. So for day 2, what he wants you to do, and this is all based on, so I didn't do any research at all on breaking a fast. I just took the advice of the moderator of the group, Daniel Pampa, what he recommends for breaking the fast. That's what I decided to go ahead and follow. So for day 2, no meat, once again, no grain, no raw vegetables, but you can have salad. You can add in nuts and seeds, cheeses, fat coffee, eggs, but still keep the protein low. So he wants you to have under 20 grams of protein, and you're not going to have any meat on days 1 and 2. And then on day 3, you have your normal diet. So what I decided to do was stick to the low end of the calorie range. So day 1, I was going to eat around 500 calories or less. Day 2, around 500 calories. And then day 3, I was going to eat normal. So what I have planned for tonight, what I had planned for that night to break my fast was to make a mushroom soup. So a lot of people do recommend breaking a fast with bone broth, and so I had some homemade bone broth that's been in my freezer, and so I had thawed it out, and I decided that I was going to use that to make some mushroom soup. And it was a very simple soup. All I did was sauteed some mushrooms and some onions and a little bit of butter. After I sauteed that for a little while, then I added in some garlic, and then I poured in my bone broth. And then I let that simmer for about 30 minutes, And then I took one of those emulsion blenders and just blended it all up right in the pot. And so the whole thing took about 35 minutes or so. And so that is what I had to break my fast. And you'll see a little video of that I will attach here. Okay, my camera ran out of space. I had to delete some things. So I was saying I'm going to also be taking my vitamins today for the first time. So I will be taking those tonight after I eat. Then tomorrow I'm going to start my day off with coffee. I'm going to be having some yogurt. I don't normally eat yogurt because it's not my favorite thing. But I want to help with the bacteria, so I will be having some yogurt. For lunch, I'm going to have the mushroom soup. And then for dinner, I think I'm going to have some eggs and some cheese. But I'm going to still try to stay below the 20 grams of protein like he recommended. And I might show you pictures of everything that I eat tomorrow. So then the other thing I wanted to quickly talk about is how much weight did I lose? So I lost 7.6 pounds in 5 days. Now, I'm happy with that, but first of all, I know it's not a real number. But the thing is that once again, my body doesn't like low calories. And now apparently it doesn't love fasting either, because every single other person in the group, there are people who only weigh 130 pounds, 150 pounds, 160 pounds. They all lost anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds during this 5 days. What? I weigh 185 pounds. And look how much I lost. So pretty much, I haven't even seen a person yet, even this woman who only weighs 135 pounds. I haven't even seen a post yet from someone who lost less weight than me. The same thing happened when I did my 2-week liquid diet. I was only eating 400 to 500 calories a day for 2 weeks. And I only lost 8 pounds. And I was 260 pounds. Whatever. I mean, I'm not really upset. I'm just, because like I said, I know that I'm going to regain some of that. And before I post this video, I'm going to come back again in about 5 days or so and tell you what my weight is. So we will see how much of this weight stayed off. And I think more will probably come off. I mean, considering the fact that I'm doing such, you're still kind of in a fasting mode. The way that one of the reasons he recommends just doing 20 grams of protein for the first 2 days is that your body is still, you're still kind of keeping yourself in a fasting mode by keeping your protein so low. And so you still should have some benefits. And it also might decrease the amount of weight that you regain. So yeah, I'm game to try it. We will see. And I think I also forgot to mention how much water I have been drinking. So before I started this whole fast, I've been trying to get in 2 liters of water a day. During this fast, he recommends that you should just drink when you're thirsty. Well, I still wanted to keep up my 2 liters of water a day. So that has been my minimum. And then if I'm still thirsty, I have been drinking more. So I've really only been drinking about an extra 8 to 16 ounces more than what I normally drink. And then I have been using the Himalayan sea salt. And you saw I've been drinking water that already naturally had some electrolytes in it. So I think that also has helped me during this fast. I think that's all I'm going to say for today. I want to start making my soup. But I was to come back to you guys again one of these days with a summary and with my weight. And thanks for watching. Okay, so it's 6:59. I haven't tasted anything yet, but here is my soup. I didn't have a lot of mushrooms, so I didn't make a lot of soup. So this is only a half of a cup, and I have another half a cup that I'll have tomorrow, and then I'm going to have this half of an avocado. This will probably make me feel very full, so we will see. I don't want to be eating past 8:30, so I'll see what else I might eat between now and 8:30, and I'll show you what I eat.